Hello student, class 7, your chapter is going on, that is physical and chemical changes. I am already sending you videos regarding this chapter. Many of the topics has already been covered. Now today I am going to discuss about some typical physical changes. I am not going to discuss all the physical changes, but some typical changes which are very much needed, that is necessary. So I am discussing all those things. First one is crystallization. You have it is in your book also. What is actually crystallization? It is the process of separation of a solute from a supersaturated solution, or it is also known as mother liquor, by cooling it. The process of separation of a solute from supersaturated solution, or it is known as mother liquor, by cooling it. That is known as crystallization. Now crystallization, what is the meaning of supersaturated solution? You might have seen that when you are dissolving sugar or common salt in water, you can add more sugar, you can add more common salt. So you have to go on adding until and unless no more sugar or common salt can be added. That can be done by heating the solution also. That means you have taken some amount of water and adding sugar solution in heat at a higher temperature, you are dissolving it. You have to dissolve until and unless no more sugar is going to be dissolved in it. After that, filter the solution using filter paper or something. The concentrated solution containing maximum amount of solute in solvent is known as supersaturated solution. Supersaturated solution means the solution in which no more solute can be dissolved. Actually saturated means no more solute can be dissolved. By heating I make it supersaturated. That means some more amount I have dissolved by heating it. So it became supersaturated. Saturated means the solution in which no more solute can be added. Supersaturated means some more solute I have added by heating. Now if I cool that solution, what can I observe? I can observe that some crystals of solutes are suspending on the solution. That can be filtered out and we can separate the solid crystals, and that process is known as crystallization. This is a physical process, or this is a physical change. Why? The crystal again can be converted into solution, and again the solution can be converted into crystal form. The solution means solvent will remain as it is, but the solute can be separated by a physical process. The solvent which is left after crystallization is known as mother liquor, or it is also known as supersaturated solution. I can say generally it is known as mother liquor. Second process now I am going to discuss, that is the physical change, some physical change involving evaporation and boiling. In your book, boiling has been written as vaporization, but vaporization and evaporation both are not exactly same, they are different. Boiling and evaporation is different. What is evaporation? The slow conversion of liquid into its vapor at any temperature is called evaporation. I am repeating it. The slow conversion of a liquid into its vapor at any temperature is called evaporation. Okay. Now at any temperature means what? Suppose in a sunny day when there is no cloud or no rain is occurring, if you keep a glass tumbler containing full glass of water in the terrace, in the evening or for 2-3 days if you leave it there, you will find that the amount of water has been decreased in the glass tumbler. Why that happened? That is due to the evaporation. That means the liquid water has changed into vapor form at ordinary temperature. You don't have to supply extra heat for that. That is known as evaporation. The clothes that you wash, after that you make it dry. How? Due to evaporation it becomes dry. Under the sun you are going to put it, and due to evaporation the water is changing into vapor form, and that is occurring at normal temperature. So that is evaporation. What is boiling? When a liquid is converted into its vapor at its boiling point. Boiling point means a particular temperature. Then the process is known as boiling or vaporization. So although these two processes are similar but they are not same. Boiling means the liquid is converted into vapor at the boiling point or at a particular temperature. In case of pure water, the boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. You have to provide heat to the water up to that level so that the temperature can rise up to 100 degrees Celsius. Then only boiling can occur. So there are some differences between boiling and evaporation that you are going to learn now. I am going to discuss about the differences between evaporation and boiling. I told you that what is evaporation and what is boiling. The difference between evaporation and boiling, although this is not in your book but you have to learn. I have written it here clearly so you can note it down in your copy. From the video you can note it down in the copy. What are the points? Evaporation, it occurs at room temperature or at any temperature. Instead of room temperature you can write at any temperature. Boiling, it occurs at a particular temperature. That means a fixed temperature is there where boiling will occur. Second point, it occurs from the surface of the liquid. That is from the top surface of the liquid only evaporation will occur. On the other hand, boiling occurs throughout the bulk of the liquid. You have seen that water is boiling in a container at your home in the kitchen. You might have seen that bubbles have been formed from the whole container. Bubbles are there from the bottom of the container also and top of the container. These are coming and changing into vapor. So it is occurring throughout the bulk of the liquid. Third point, evaporation is associated with cooling effect. One example is, suppose during the summer days sweat has been formed on your body. So you came and you stood under the fan. After some time, when the sweat of your body is going to get evaporated, then you will feel the cold effect in your body. So that means evaporation is associated with the cooling effect. On the other hand, boiling is not associated with any kind of cooling effect. After boiling, you cannot find any cooling effect. Okay, so this is all about the difference between evaporation and boiling. I am going to discuss about the factors which affect the rate of evaporation. That means how much evaporation will occur. It depends upon certain factors. This is there in your book also. Surface area of the liquid. That means how much portion is exposed. Surface area of the liquid means, suppose you are making your clothes dry. If you are going to put the clothes in a crust manner, so will it dry in a proper way? Definitely not. You might have seen that people who are drinking tea, they have been given saucer and cup both. So sometimes the people, they used to put the tea on the saucer so that it becomes cooler before when it was in the cup. What is the reason? Due to evaporation, the cooling effect occurs. So when the surface area is more, exposed surface area makes the cooling faster. Similarly, for making the vegetable or something cool, you generally put it on a white container as compared to some other kind of container. So rate of evaporation depends upon the surface area of the liquid. Second is, it depends upon the temperature of the surrounding. When the temperature is high, rate of evaporation will be high. During summer days, rate of evaporation is higher. During winter days, you might have seen that rate of evaporation is slower. Third point, wind speed at the place. If the wind is blowing with a high speed, then definitely the rate of evaporation will be faster. On the other hand, if the speed of the wind is less, the evaporation rate will be slower. Last is humidity at a place. This is not there in your book, but I have mentioned it. Humidity at a place. What is the meaning of humidity? Humidity means amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere. If already a large amount of water vapor is present in the atmosphere, that is generally you have seen in rainy season or during monsoon days. So already there is water vapor. Now when the water is evaporating, how the atmosphere is going to accommodate the extra amount of water vapor? So if humidity is more, rate of evaporation will be less. If humidity is less, rate of evaporation will be more. So this is all about evaporation. Now my next topic is sublimation. This is also a special type of physical change. Today I have discussed evaporation, boiling, before that crystallization, and this is my last topic, sublimation. This is a special type of physical change. What is sublimation? The process of conversion of solid into vapor directly without passing through liquid state. Again I am saying the process of conversion of solid into vapor directly without passing through the liquid state and vice versa, that is called sublimation. So you have seen in your home that naphthalines are used to kept with the clothes so that the clothes are not going to attacked by insect or germs. So what happens to those naphthalene balls? After some month, you might have seen the size of the naphthalene ball has been decreased, or after some days no trace can be found of those naphthalene balls. So actually what happened? The naphthalene ball which were in solid state, it has changed into vapor state. If in a closed container this could have been done, again the vapor after collection can be converted into solid state by cooling, but generally it doesn't happen in a closed container, so we don't get back the solid again. Some example of substances which sublimes I have written here: camphor and ammonium chloride. Other than this, something more is also there. Now what is camphor? For doing arati during puja, you might have seen camphor is used. When camphor is burned, it directly changes into vapor form. So that is also example of sublimation. Those substances which sublimes, they are called sublimates. So camphor, ammonium chloride, naphthalene balls, these are sublimates. Okay. So I hope I have completed physical change properly. You have understood. These are some typical physical changes which I have explained you. Please read the book, go through the video, write the extra notes which have not been given in your book. So thank you very much.